We're starting over. We're doing it again. Okay, we're one more time. Here we go. Sorry, I was muted. All right, no audio. My fault. Let's try it again. They did it. Revenge of the Sis is back from Vegas. I know what you're thinking. What? It's Mersh Week again? Mersh Week never ends! No. They didn't just get back from Vegas the first time. This is the second time they went to Vegas this year. It was just a few months ago. Remember, Mersh got repoed and you thought it was the worst, the lowest of the low. And then they came back. It got even worse. Then Mersh decided in his infinite wisdom, we got to go back. I have to get back there. He's such a member of GAMbLA that, of course, he had to get back to Vegas. But it wasn't just any normal, silly gambling reason they went to Vegas. They went to Vegas for one reason and one reason only, okay? It wasn't the degeneracy. It wasn't the gambling addiction. No, it was worse. It was adult baby wrestling lover shit. They went to WrestleMania, or as apparently the dorks who like wrestling are now calling it, Mania. Now, I, of course, thought that Mania was the thing you got that made you act like Royce, you know? Getting up to no good in a hotel room with your wife and a fella, finding out what's going on. The reason he's bald, he had some sort of trichomania where he's picking out every hair on the top of his head until his wife comes. But anyway, they call it Mania now, okay? You're so inside as an adult baby wrestling lover that you know by Mania alone that it's WrestleMania.
Vegas is a weird fucking town, man. I gotta tell you, it's fun. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, well, what happens there stays there, Royce. Can you loose giant fucking bottom lip sinks ships? He's in the middle of licking his mouth, Jabba the Hutt style. Before any clip you see of ROTC, Royce just ate an entire frog.
So we did that for
Hi henchman, by the way. Hi henchman.
both nights.
Oh, hello, Jesse. Hi, Jesse.
Hey guys.
A lot of
No, the show hasn't.
fun.
You guys are the ones that can't tell the difference between the disclaimer and the intro. The guys that was crazy. I had a whole rant the other day on a now deleted stream where there's people who don't know the difference between the intro song and just the disclaimer at the beginning. And then I said, I'm going to get rid of the disclaimer song, you know, the music you just heard. And everybody's like, no, don't do it. It's iconic. We love the song. Just you don't even know that that's not the intro.
Sulk, Frozen, and Hammy did some Man on the Street interviews, which...
Oh, this is crazy. They did Man on the Street interviews, interviewing WrestleMania, like wrestling baby boys. Okay, they're just interviewing guys. They're there like holding their big doll of John Cena or The Rock or whatever. 55-year-old men going, I wonder which one's scripted to win. And they're interviewing them. They're asking, maybe we should watch that too, actually.
Dude, some of the fucking people there, like, wrestling fans are straight up autists now. Like, it's embarrassing.
Now. He's so close. He's almost got it figured out. Yeah, wrestling fans are autists now. You know, like, you're fucking.
Not them, though.
You're 45.
These are the new guys.
It's not that they're wrestling fans now. It's that they're 45 now. Okay, and loving it. Sex, yes, please. Not with me, my wife.
Embarrassing. Like, I'll be
They're
honest.
very awkward.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's awkward. It's awkward. It is awkward. Here's an idea. Maybe get a hobby, or even crazier, have a kid. You know what? You want to keep enjoying wrestling? Here's a cheat code. Have a kid. Okay, I know your wife's busy. I'm sure she could get breeded by somebody out there. Maybe the guy Sulk he was talking about. They're doing these man on the street interviews with somebody out there, frozen Asian. Somebody's got to be willing to put a baby inside that wife. Cheat code. All the baby shit that you secretly want to be into still, and you have to pretend you're not. You show it to your kid, then they're into it, and then you get to keep watching it and pretend it's for them. By the way, that's not something I do. Okay, I've just noticed other adults do it. I actually refuse to enjoy anything my child enjoys. I rule with an iron fist. I'm incredibly strict, and I tell my kids all the time, the stuff you're into is kind of gay and retarded, actually.
Honest with you, dude. It's embarrassing. Like, it's embarrassing.
Yoinks! And of course, Mersh goes to Bone Zone for this one.
Oh, he's
Walking
hungry.
around and
Yeah, I mean, if you're starving, you're starving.
going like, oh,
They
man.
just got back yesterday. This, by the way, thanks to Angie for clipping this.
I watch the same thing as these guys watch. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, we're not walking around with fucking replica belts and
Yeah, it's
you know
true.
what I mean? Axes.
Yeah, I love it. Isn't it awesome that we have finally drilled it into these freaks? We've beaten them down enough that now they have to find new goalposts for what's cringe for being a adult wrestling lover. Like, it's just cringe, and you're gay, and it affects every part of your life. You can smell it on a wrestling guy. The second they're around you, they've got stink lines. They're drawn with 3 wavy green stink lines around them and flies. And you're like,
It's really that obvious.
and you go, do I smell what The Rock is cooking right now? Fuck! So this is like, oh, yeah, we're not walking around with plastic belts on our shoulder, which, by the way, wear it around your waist. I know you're big fat guys. Why is the belt on the shoulder? That's not where a belt goes. Meanwhile, Mersh, there's a photo of Mersh where he's got, one of the last times they went out and about and took photos of themselves. By the way, you know what? Congratulations to them. They actually produced content. Okay? They actually made they went out and they actually made something. Mersh wasn't involved. Mersh was asleep. It was the middle of the day. It was the big event. Mersh was asleep. We'll get into that. But hey, they made something, which is commendable. They've never gone anywhere and done anything before. Or did they? We'll get deeper into that in a second. Mersh, there's a photo of him wearing a jacket. And I had to learn about this from Mersh himself. Obviously, I wouldn't know anything about this. Apparently, there's wrestling's also big in Japan. It's big in Mexico. It's big in Japan. And, of course, it's big in Japan. Like, those, a fully grown Japanese man, it is not weird for him to be like, I like Sailor Moon, so I dress up like her. And the rest of Japanese society is like, we're radiated enough to believe that's okay. Sure, why not? Godzilla is infecting us with his laser beams. So, yeah, okay. You're into lolly? Fine. Whatever. Are you working hard? Are you asleep? Or are you working hard? As long as you're working hard, you're allowed to wear a schoolgirl uniform to work. Anyway, the point is, they like wrestling, and there's a big wrestling culture there. And I guess there's this like Japanese steakhouse, which to them is just a steakhouse. There's a steakhouse where wrestlers, like professional wrestlers over there, go to it. It's like this famous wrestling thing. And then when American wrestlers visit and do stuff over there, they go to it and they hang up the pictures on the wall. It's one of these dumps. It's just some hole in the wall dump where they go, our food sucks. So actually we're known for the people who come here. And then you just put a photo on the wall and other people go, I got to go to this place. They've got a photo. I have to see the photo. I've seen a photo of the photos, but I need to see the photo in real life. And so they sell these terrible, bomber jackets or whatever they are. Mersh has one. He's never been to Japan. He's got on the wrestling steakhouse bomber jacket because he heard wrestlers in Japan like it. But hey, he's not carrying around the plastic WWF belt.
I'm sorry? Oh, yeah, dude. Okay. Dude. Okay.
By the way, John, it was so funny because
Let me grab that.
I was the only other one that was like, yeah, I'll throw X's, and like nobody was on board with it.
Okay, so this is these guys, Royce especially, but actually Mersh and a lot of, Mersh is a woman. We know that Mersh is mentally feminine. He's like a human pad. You know what I mean? And he's like he's with wings, by the way, like the heavy flow days. He's mentally female. And so it's not really a shock with Mersh, but you might not understand this about Royce. He's a Disney adult. These guys, the thing that draws them together, I think, in my humble, perfect opinion, is that they are both basic bitches. Like if they were truly women,
shit.
you know what I'm talking about? If they were truly women and they had pussies along with boobs, not just the boobs, they had fully functioning female organs. Mersh is close. Mersh is close. Let's be honest, he's close. He chewed away a certain bone that allowed him to transition. So they would be like the avocado loving, I get sushi every Thursday. I eat sushi. I eat at Chipotle and I love avocado. I drink avocado milkshakes. They're basic bitches. Okay. Starbucks, pumpkin spice latte. Gotta have my PSL. Basic bitches. So they go to Vegas. What do they do for fun? By the way, I think the untold truth that's happening here secretly. Let me let you in. I think what they're not telling us here is that Royce was doing everything in his power to prevent Mersh from becoming destitute. Just nothing left. And
he had to help pay for Gino or whatever.
Well, that's okay. We got to get into all of this. Remember, the storyline so far is Mersh was begging for like 2 months to get this guy Gino there, who turns out is just some guy. It's not Gino Bisconti. It's just a big fat retard he knows. By the way, there's no photos of the guy there. I don't know that he went. I think Mersh claims he went, but there's no proof he went. You would think you would be like, hey, guys, you helped get Gino here. Hey, look, it's a photo. Round of applause for everybody who helped get my buddy, the big fat retard here. And then nothing. Tumbleweeds. You might as well have taken a picture of a tumbleweed. That would have been more productive than whatever you did. So anyway, these guys are basic bitches. And in order to prevent Mersh from just literally losing his shirt, which I assume was his orange Velma style shirt. The nice one. He always wears that one when it's nice, when he's doing something nice. His stained here's the thing. Everybody laughs at Mersh for wearing that shirt, but it's smart of him because it's mustard colored. And a big fatso like that has mustard stains all over his shirt. So you'll never know. The whole thing is mustard stained. And he can walk around undetected. It's like camouflage for a fat guy. Anyway, so Mersh, Royce, they can't go gamble. Royce is doing everything in his power to prevent. He can't stop him. Royce, they both say this about each other. I have no control over him. But Royce knows if they go to Vegas, they're coming back. Mersh's car is going to be gone. His house will be repoed by PodAwful. And there's going to be nothing left, and his co-host is going to die. So they tried to find a new activity. What do? They go axe throwing. It's like, why don't you just go on Reddit? Why don't you browse Reddit for the entire trip? Their Vegas vacation was basically Brian Allen Fortune's Vegas vacation. Just sitting in the hotel room. And I'm telling you, it's even worse than you think.
with axe throwing. And then we're like, it was the last thing we could really do that day. And we're like, fine, we'll go axe throwing. And then everybody was like, this was the most fun we had today.
I will say I was the negative Nancy. I was like, oh, axe throwing.
And then we couldn't pull Royce away from the fucking pool. Like our rental time was up and he was just winging axes.
Just winging axes. I'm winging them.
He's winging them. You can tell they were talking about this. Man, you were winging. I was winging them. That term had already come up. They're winging. He's winging. Yeah, you're chicken winging. You ever look at those fucking drumsticks you have for arms? Oh my God. There's some photos of Royce on this trip. You know, he thinks he's Mr. Muscle Man. Oh boy. Some real things have been revealed here about the bodies of these two men. You're not, again, internet guys, you're not supposed to go outside. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. Or wear a costume or something. I don't know. Get out. Go out in a full mascot outfit where it's you. It's a mascot version of you. Big felt head version of fucking Royce's dumb face. His tongue hanging out. It's like Pluto at Disney World. The tongue hanging out. It was like, So anyway, he's Royce. Royce. It is kind of surprising that Royce is the one who didn't want to throw axe. You would think that the guy who's like at the gym all the time would be the one like, yeah. And he's a Disney adult. He's Reddit brained as it is. You would think he would want to do it, but that's exactly it.
Royce is into escape rooms.
Of course, he's into escape. Yes, of course, he's into escape rooms. Imagine being into escape rooms. You know what an escape room is? It's an escape for an adult with nothing to do. There is, and that's not like that's an obvious statement, but what I'm saying here is who goes to escape rooms? Childless couples. You're too old and too childless, and you need to fill that time. And you're sitting around. By the way, a wife with no kids, a husband with no kids, that's a roommate. That's a freak inside your house. It starts getting a little strange. Really think about it. Those of you out there who are married, think about what it would be like. Obviously in the first year, 2, maybe 3 of your marriage, that's fine. You still love each other enough and it's still new enough that at a certain point, Royce has been with his wife for 10 years, maybe longer. I don't remember. No, longer, 12 years. 12 years they've been together. He's watched her get fucked through by every dude they've ever met. And the magic is gone at a certain point. Like, no matter how much you hot wife her, and really, it's lukewarm wife at best, but it's tepid wife. He's tepid wifing her. No matter how much you do that, the magic is gone to some degree. Now,
but they go to Disney World. You need an escape from that horrendous lifestyle. You're 40 and you have a roommate. That's all you've got. A wife is just a super promised best friend. I swear I'm not going to fuck anyone else. That's all that is. And then they do fuck other people. So what even is going on? Like, Royce is Cuban. Did he need a green card? What is happening? I don't understand the point of their entire relationship. But anyway, this was a thou doth protest too much sort of thing. Royce wanted to throw the axes so bad. And then once everyone else was like, come on, just fucking throw the axes. We're just doing something. You couldn't pry him away.
I'm fucking winging him. He's
winging them. Did you catch that? That they're winged? He's being winged. I thought Mersh was the one with wings.
So much fun.
I'm glad I'm hearing this story.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't want to fuck.
I mean, what a story this is, by the way. Wow, what a beginning. This is why I'm playing this at the top of my show, by the way. You tune in to a show and they're like, dude, just got back from Vegas. This is crazy. I'm throwing axes at the designated place to throw axes. I'm doing the thing that your aunt did while drunk one weekend. Woo! Crazy. These boys know how to party.
fucking do it. And then as soon as we started doing it, like I thought we were gonna miss our flight.
Yeah,
because
no.
we were paying for our drinks to leave,
And
Roy
Mersh did miss his flight on the way there. He had to rebook.
is still in the corner.
Yeah.
Going,
Yeah, not only that,
we weren't even playing
Just missing every single shot he misses.
together competitively anymore.
The axes are ricocheting back, and people are like, ah, oh, fuck.
It was just
How
him
do your-
winging knives and axes.
Knives? Knives and axes. Just axes. It's an axe thrower. I don't think they have. Do they have knives? I've never been to one of these
They
things.
might have knife throwing.
You know what? No.
How do your guys' shoulders feel? I went every time.
Dude, well, Mersh doesn't feel anything at all. So we're good, I think.
I'll go
Actually,
actually fine.
fine.
The next morning, you're like,
Oh, actually, fine. Weird. Isn't that strange? Isn't that strange? I'm perfectly okay.
no, nice.
We didn't go for like hours. Royce
Yeah,
probably
okay.
hurts more because he just sat there and started winging.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's winging them. The guy is wing. You know what's being winged? This conversation. Okay? Maybe think about it. Maybe come up with some ideas on what to talk about before the show.
Okay,
I
hold
couldn't
on.
feel my
Maybe
fucking
we were
arm.
throwing the axes a little hard. Maybe we were just a little hard. Remember when the axe?
So Royce wants to prove that he's Mr. Muscles. And now he's showing off that he broke one of the... By the way, the axe didn't break because of how hard you threw it.
Right.
That axe has been thrown 50 million times! He's acting as if he brought his own axe. Like, this is brand new. Got this from Home Depot. I wonder if they would let you do that. Are you allowed to BYOA at one of these places? Can you bring like a fully metal one? Like one
That's
of
like
those,
the guy who brings his own pool cue to the bar in
Yes.
a special case or his
Oh my
dart
God,
in a
dude.
case.
Imagine wearing one of those gloves where it's only got the fingers on these two fingers, and you like come in and you're like sharpening your own axe. You're like, I got this, guys. Listen, I don't need to rent the axes.
Very cool.
I'll just rent the time. Thank you.
Axe broke. Mersh. Shout out to Marie. Shout out to Marie.
So look at this. So then Royce shows off the picture of him. He got, oh, look, I got a bullseye. He's really proud of his bullseye here.
I'll put a couple of photos up that she took.
So,
There's that one.
but look at this. Royce is right next to it.
Yeah, he's really close.
He's really close. So so am I supposed to believe that what happened was he got the bullseye? He's like, Marie, take a picture. I'm a big boy. And then walked up to it to take the picture. I know that's not the case because guess who else got a bullseye? Mersh. Now, I know what you're thinking. How? How on earth? How is he not throwing it into the other lanes, you know? It's like when you see a guy who's really bad at bowling and he tosses the ball that's going down the next lane. How on earth could Mersh ever get a bullseye? And I think what happened was they spun him around in a circle real quick before he threw the axe just to see what would happen, you know? And it was 1 in a million. Watch this.
There's here. Oh, I have Mersh's bullseye. Hold on. She got yours too, Mersh. Mersh's bullseye.
Oh my God. And this goes
Oh, it's
full,
so scary.
he full screen. Thank you, Royce. Shout out to Royce. Royce trying so hard to stop being a goon of PodAwful. We did the Royce episode finally. He's giving us a little candy here. All right, Royce, I'm going to leave you alone for the rest of the episode on this one because he full screened the Mersh pick. This Mersh pick is insane. But please take note before we dive into the details on this one. Do take note how far away Mersh is from the target. So why was Royce right up next? You know, Royce just went right up to it and went, bink, take a picture, Marie. I did it. And then somehow, against all odds, I think what happened here is Mersh threw it. It bounced off the batter's cages, ricocheted left, right, and then just accidentally went in the middle. They've actually, you know, soon it'll go viral. They recorded that on their security camera, and some guy's recording it on his cell phone and going, look at this cross-eyed mutant. Look what he fucking did. See his fucking body? Holy shit. So here's what Mersh actually looks like as a person. Now, I've been saying this for a while. He's an amorphic corpulence. There's no rhyme or reason to his body. Sometimes he looks thin. Sometimes he looks fat. This is giving you a pretty good idea of what I saw when I got a Mersh Squatch sighting during my Patterson Gimlin moment. This is a pregnant fella. And I don't know, what is this little, he's doing a little jig here or something. But really take in the arms. What a beautiful set of Tyrannosauruses going on there. Those are the arms of an entire baby. And they're just dangling. They're dangling from the ball socket that is the joint where his shoulder should be. There's just no, you couldn't map this. If Mersh was a continent, it would be an undiscovered one. We would never find, he's the lost city of Mershlantis going on here because you could never circumnavigate him properly. Every time you did, there would be a new landmass, a new formation going on. His head shrinking, by the way. He sort of got a Hassan Piker thing minus the shoulders, which is actually entirely the Hassan Piker thing, so I don't really know what we're even saying anymore. Thank you to Royce for giving me this. Now, these guys got back from Vegas. There's more to this clip. We'll keep going through it here because, I mean, look at this.
I have Dan Snonted had a blast with you guys. What drugs was Mersh?
That might have been Angie who edited it in. I take back all my thank yous to Royce. Never mind.
Sean, Mersh wasn't on any. Not that I'm aware of. Well, I could only speak of when he was in my sight.
Okay, so somebody was like, "What drugs was Mersh on?" And Roy's like, "He wasn't on any drugs." And Mersh is like, "Hold tight, hang on a second. Are you?"
Can I speak of after he was out of my sight what he was on?
I did a thing, and I'm not thrilled.
Okay.
Okay, and by the way, he did a thing. Reddit guy. So they get back from Vegas. We've got more coverage from Nightwave as well, by the way.
Excited, very excited to see all of this.
We'll keep going over this clip from Angie in just a second here, but here's the deal. They come back from Vegas, and, you know, the last time they did this, again, Mersh was at his lowest point. Before they went to Vegas the first time, Mersh was saying, I'm basically broke. I'm destitute, and I'm going to Vegas, so I'm going to lose it all. I'm not going to have my fight like hell shirt when I come back. And he was begging. He was begging really hard. And then he gets back, and his car gets repoed, and it got worse. And then he tried to sue Rumble, and it got worse. Because then I revealed that he and Milo were working together, and it got worse because it turns out Milo and I were working together, and it got worse because then Milo sanctioned my leak of the fact that he was trolling Mersh, which means Mersh has been dumping money into finding attorneys for a lawsuit that was destined to fail. And then it got worse because I revealed that I told Siraj, the man he's trying to sue from Rumble, all about his secret lawsuit. And it got worse because on our last Primo episode, our big Royce episode, the episode that was supposed to finally make Royce officially a goon, a point of interest here, take a little bit of the heat off of Mersh. Well, spoilers, but that episode ends with us finding out that Mersh, actually Royce, you know, it had been theorized for years that Royce had a satanic wedding. Well, it got worse. Now, I'm not going to tell you where they really had their wedding. You'll have to watch that episode to find out because it truly got worse. But then we find out at the very end, I reveal that Mersh, in fact, had the satanic wedding. Here's the craziest part. Back in January, 2 or 3 days before Mersh went on his first trip to Vegas this year, he revealed it himself on Nightwave, and no one noticed because nobody fucking watches Nightwave. Not even us. We're the guys that are the most obsessed with Mersh. Mersh is our main goon. We use him to cause the most chaos on Earth. And yet, we had no idea. Ladies and gentlemen, the satanic wedding video is on the fucking menu. We're this close. I can taste it. We will soon have Mersh's satanic wedding. This is PodAwful.
Nice.
Second love, you wanna I'm living proof that the AIDS virus doesn't exist. Okay?
Okay. Chicken jockey.
Let's
Let's fucking chicken. All right, so hi everybody. Longest intros in the game. I'm Jesse PS. This is PodAwful. Happy to be here. Hope you're happy to be here too. We've got the live chat room going on here. Hi chat. Shout out by the way in chat to our wife. Big shout out to our wife in chat. You love to see it. Our wife. PodAwful 1. Powerful hot goo intro. Ha ha ha. The goo is actually still a little cold here. It looks like. Hello, goo. Wake up, goo. Anyway, the goo is churning. The goo is churning as the world churns. So we got more here with Mersh. We've got his point of view from the Vegas trip. We've got a little bit of the wedding video. I'm going to reveal it to you. I'm going to show this to you. I actually managed to trick Mersh a little bit recently, and we need to talk about that. All of this episode, by the way, because we got a lot of stuff to go over here, is going to be in the Pizza Fund. So you're getting a free preview here. We're going to jump over to the Pizza Fund very soon. Join it, podawful.pizza. I'll throw the link in chat right now in case you want to get in there early, because sometimes everybody tries to join at once and then all of a sudden the site goes down. So maybe get in there while the getting's good. Podawful.pizza, $12 level. Full episode and our archive of episodes. You can see our last episode with Royce as well and find out all that stuff if you haven't seen it yet. So what else do I have on the docket? Oh, and this is big. I don't think I've ever made. I hope I'm not repeating shit here, but I found Mersh's Wikipedia. Have we ever talked about this on the show? Mersh has a Wikipedia account where he tried to make himself famous on it. And
I think you've mentioned it.
I might have mentioned it. We might have gone over, but you know what? It's always nice to get a refresh. So we're going to go over that as well. Mersh attempting to make himself famous. There's actually quite a bit of stuff in here where it's Mersh reminiscing about the old days and about who he could have been. And of course, Mersh's, march in Satan's service. This is one not to miss. Mersh in Satan's service. So this is going to be fun. You can join us, by the way, here on Discord if you want to call in. podawful.com/cult is our Discord, and you can join the call-in channel. We'll drag you in if you got anything to add to this. But again, we're heading over to the Pizza Fund here very soon. Let's watch a little bit more of this. So again, Royce, Mersh, they get back from Vegas. They have so many stories, epic tales to tell. For instance, winging it. They were winging it. And then a drug happened. You don't get to know the drug. And then what else? Did they do anything? Oh, WrestleMania. Right. WrestleMania. The entire point of the trip was, of course, everybody.
Mania.
Mania. Yes, exactly. Mania.
Yeah.
Mania,
Yeah.
we call it. We're Mania guys now. Actually, I kind of like that they just call it Mania because then I don't have to say it. It's kind of nice. Like, we get to hide the fact that we even have to think or talk about this. Mania, we're calling it. This is Mershamania, all right? Ralphamania, Mershamania, Mania. They've all got Mania.
I just signed an executive order putting the flags of our country, all of them, all federal flags and state flags at half-mast in honor of Pope Francis. So,
can you do that?
Wow. We need to abolish the TSA immediately. We're at the Vegas airport, and there's.
I'm going to skip this, but let's get to Nightwave. Yeah, this is Royce and Mersh making fun of a fat guy, by the way. Okay, they spend about 12 minutes on, and Royce did this on Twitter as well, making fun of a fat guy. It just looks like Royce. That's Royce basically sitting there. He's pointing and laughing at a photo of himself. We'll just skip it. You get it. You know what's happening there. Obviously, we just saw Mersh throwing the axes.
I get you like 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
Here we go. Chicken jockey, they say in chat. Thank you, everybody. Our classic. I do need everybody to freak out every time we say it.
That is our classic catchphrase here at PodAwful. Chicken jockey. There we go. All right, Mersh. By the way, Mersh started his episode with no audio. What kind of fucking retard pulls that maneuver?
Let's try that again. Welcome.
Midwits.
Got ya. Got ya. He forgot to turn on his microphone. You thought I was stupid. Got ya.
Got us.
Look at him. Look at this nitwit.
Let's try that again. Welcome. Bear with me, folks. I'm a little rusty. It's been a while. Welcome to...
Whoa. Okay. Now, I don't know what is going on here. The clip. All right. Hang on. We're getting some interference here. The goo is not warm enough. So he's got a brand new background, by the way. The fireworks have finally been replaced, everyone.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
This is a momentous day. This is a whole new Mersh.
Bear with me, folks. I'm a little rusty. It's been a while. Welcome to 90 Wave Radio. Good to be here. Look at that. We're starting off with a good omen. He just came over. He made himself comfortable. Guys, it's 90 Wave Radio. I am your host, Mersh. I'm tired.
Did you just the fact that he's talking about his cat? Yeah.
Yes.
So true. No, never a truer word has been ugged than that moment right there. Yeah, this is the idea that, man, the toxoplasmoids, man, the kitty tax, the Reddit doggo, catto tax. Do they call them cattos? I don't even know. Flu for chonkers. Mersh thinks it's a good thing that his cat came and laid nearby him while the show started, because that never happens. The cat never shows him affection. But of course, in reality, what's going on there is that the cat can smell Mersh's stink lines and thinks he's the litter box. So
stink lines.
I'm hungover. I'm beat to shit. We're here, though. We're here. We're queer. We're going to do something tonight.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother.
Back from Vegas, as you know, we were at WrestleMania. Well, we weren't at WrestleMania.
Wait, hang on a second. I just realized something. He's got, so I thought for a second.
We're starting off with a good omen.
See, he goes, we're starting off with a good omen. And I thought he was talking about the new background. I thought for sure, like, he meant, look, see, I'm trying. I did something for once. And then I'm realizing something. His show is Nightwave, and the fucking new background is dawn breaking.
Yeah.
It's a sunrise. I guess it could be a sunset, but even that's still not technically night. You can't do sunset for Nightwave. The show starts at what, 10 p.m. for his time? Like, yeah, the sun is already set. Your night, it should be a night city, or the night. I guess night over the ocean would look retarded. It would just look like nothing. But something, right?
He just came over. He made himself comfortable. Guys, it's 90 Wave Radio. I am your host, Mersh. I'm tired. I'm hungover. I'm beat to shit. We're here, though. We're here. We're queer. We're going to do something tonight.
Really? You?
Back from Vegas, as you know, we were at WrestleMania. Well, we weren't at WrestleMania.
What?
Right.
What?
I mean,
you weren't at What?
We didn't go to WrestleMania.
We didn't go. So everybody who donated to get that guy to WrestleMania, congrats, idiot. You fell for it again, award.
He gambled it all away.
Put it right there. Whatever. Listen, here's what I don't get. All right. I assumed they had, because this has been in the plan. This has been in the books for weeks, if not months at this point. I assumed they bought WrestleMania tickets, right? Like, they must have already had the tickets. Looks like no. Looks like they went in with no plan. They didn't even have their flights booked properly ahead of time. This has been months. I mean, these guys know about WrestleMania. They know when WrestleMania is going to happen before it's announced. You know what I mean? Like, this is all they're paying attention to is WrestleMania. This is their whole life, is wrestling. They didn't get tickets. They didn't go. What did you do? What could you have possibly fucking done instead of go to WrestleMania?
I don't know what we're yelling about!
Support the show.
Join the pizza fun. PodAwful.pizza.
Pizza.
PodAwful.pizza.
Look, I'm as excited as the next guy to find out these guys are so embarrassed by WrestleMania and by being into wrestling as adults that they don't even say the wrestling part of WrestleMania anymore. But I am going to need them to go to WrestleMania. That's bare minimum. That's the tiniest thing that I require out of this trip to Vegas is a visit to WrestleMania. All right, so PodAwful.pizza, if you want to see this full episode, I'll go ahead and spoil a little bit of it here for you. Here's the episode. I've got it right here of Mersh going over his video of his satanic wedding.
Yikes.
He did this months ago, and we completely missed it. Nobody knew. And the option to see this video has been on the table for months. So here's what we need to do. We need to pray to dear God. We need to hope and pray and say everything we can to try to make this chaos magic happen. Well, there's no word on this yet. And I assume Mersh is going live in like about 4 minutes. The timing of this episode, it might be suspicious to some. Mersh should be going live here soon. And if he is, it is Wednesday, so sometimes he doesn't go live on Wednesdays, but I'm going to assume he does. And if he does, that's a good sign because it means he needs money bad. Now, we have no word yet if he actually gambled and if Royce failed his mission to prevent Mersh from going broke. I've been saying for months now, we need Mersh up. We need to raise him up because it keeps getting worse and it keeps getting worse. I take all that back. We need Mersh broke as a joke. Okay? We need him drunk as a skunk, broke as a joke, not knowing what's going on around him. It's so bad. We need him dying for $1. Because I floated an idea out there recently on r/Mersh, and I think it's gotten through to him. And there's a very, very real possibility, this is true, that if Mersh is broke enough, we may be able to convince him tonight, live on the show, to show us the wedding video. I'll show you. We're going to get into the whole thing here in just a second.
He is going live tonight.
He's going live right now. He's going live right now, and we're going live in the Pizza Fun, PodAwful.pizza. We'll see you over there. Click the link, join, subscribe, get access to all of our banned and paywalled content, and also this full episode live right now. See you over there, PodAwful.pizza.
Sorry, nigga. I'm Tom Gully, and you're watching Is This Live, the show.
This content right here
on the PodAwful TV network
is Pizza Fun's own
PodAwful.pizza.
This shit is beefer. You're listening to Howdy Do with J. Crew.
PodAwful.pizza.
We got shooters in these streets.
Nigga.
Is this the cult if I ever heard one? Yes, it is. It's the cult. I mean, it's the cult of cult.